I'm Stevie, and this is my trading channel. Today, I want to take you through the process of how I set up my charts for market prep for the London session. I'm in Australia, so 7 p.m. is the London Open for me. I generally start at about 6 p.m. and work my way through to 8:30 p.m., and that's my trade session normally. If I don't find my trades in the Asian Open at 10 a.m. But anyway, we'll dive straight into it. You can see my chart in the background here. Now, this is my Trader chart. This is my setup, how I exactly run my setup each day. Now, if you have any questions about anything that's on the chart, whether it's the volume profile, whether it's the EMAs, the indicators I use, and so forth, please do hit me up and ask in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. If not, I'll make a video on it for you guys. Right, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I do, I'm on gold futures here. So this is what's been working for me lately. Gold futures been trading really nicely through the profiles. Lots of movement during the day on the Asian session. It's been great. London session as well. Slows down a little bit when it gets to New York because the big bad boy NASDAQ is what takes over for every other future trader. I highly recommend you don't trade NASDAQ when you're first starting. E-minis, micro ES is what I suggest. Anyway, first thing I do is I go to the hour chart. So I'll bring up the hour, zoom it right out, and I'll look for key interest levels. So we can see we're in a bit of a pullback here, but it's done a little bit of this down the bottom. And this is a higher low, but we've got a lower high. This is the New York session. So two markets I like that. Now, London session tends to hit one way, take out the Asian high, and then swing back the other way and take out liquidity, then bounce back. It's a very rangy market. It tends to always, not always, but most of the time, sweep and then drop, or drop and then shoot through the roof. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so you've got to make your own judgment calls on the market, and you'll make your own assumptions about each market the more you trade it. So the first thing I do is I look for a nice key high and a nice key low that I'm interested in, that the London market possibly could sweep and head to. So the first two spots I see straight away is this one right up here and this one down here. Now, those two points interest me a lot because the London market, although it has a bit more volatility than the Asian market, it doesn't tend to swing very much, like a lot in the direction. Generally, it will go down the bottom and then come back to where it started. That's generally how it works. So it doesn't have to be a massive range, like hitting this target and this target here or this target down here. It's very unlikely that it's going to push to that point. Could do, but it's very unlikely. So I picked the two closest, most relevant point of interest that would have fair amount of liquidity. As you can see, this pulled up and then pulled down and then shot up from there at the end of the session, probably power hour there with New York session. So that's why that session that has jumped up there. And I think there's a lot of liquidity down the bottom of that. Above, same reason. They've gone for thin. They started coming in here and it pulled down a little bit, hit a nice short here. A lot of people could have got short there. So this is why the Asian market is continuing to go down. Now, big key to note is that you can see that there's been a nice pull down in the Asian session, but it got rejected. Pulled down bearish, got rejected to bullish again. So my assumption of what's going to happen with the London session is what I'm looking for is that it's going to pull down to here, sweep this, and push up that way. New York session is going to open up and take off that way. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, I'm not actually trading London session today because I have done my trades today in the Asian market already, and I got my two trades and I got what I need out of it. So base hits, 250 trades, 500 for the day, I'm done. So, and the key thing is to lock yourself out, walk away from it, take your base hits and compound those wins. It's all about longevity of these accounts, being able to compound the money and get your withdrawals off these prop firms so you can actually get some money for the work that you're putting into it. That's the key. The key is to make sure you withdraw what you make. Once I'm done with the hour, I go straight down to the 5 minute. I don't worry about 15 minute. I don't worry about 30 minute. I do reference it if I need to. If I'm a bit confused when the trading day is going out, generally I don't reference it. Unless I'm playing an ORB trade on the New York session, then I'll definitely reference a 15-minute chart. But from this point here, I'll turn my volume profile on. My volume profile is set to the day session 9:30 to 5 p.m. Now, this is New York. This is New York day session at regular trading hours. It is important that you have it set to that because that is where the majority of the volume of trades have happened in the past 24 hours. Once I get that set up there, I'll look for my point of control, my low and my high. So you can see value area high. I'll put a line on that. If it lets me, put one on point of control, and I'll put one on the value area low. Now I make these all rays and I turn them into solid lines. The reason I do it into a solid line and array, so one shoots all the way across my chart, don't have to chase it, easy as. This is why I recommend Trader Beta is the best beginner platform for you to learn to trade on. And then array again. Now I know they're all set out. The next point that I'll lay out is a key node. So in the key node, in this case, the biggest one that's on there is obviously going to be the point of control. So I'll get a rectangle. I'll mark the key node on the point of control, open it up, shoot it into array, and done that. Now for volume profile for trading, that is it. That is all you need for volume profile. You don't need anything else on the chart to be able to do volume profile. The only other thing you have down here is actual volume down here per trade. So that's per candlestick, sorry. That is another one that you can do. Again, any questions on the chart, ask me in the comments and I'll try to make a video. Or if not, just reply to your comment and let you know how I got it and where it is. But if it's a bit technical, like what is this, what is that, how do you trade it, then I'll make a video about it if you want to. So once they're marked out, the only other point I look for is key levels. So I'll turn this off for now, just so I can see the chart. And I'll look for key levels. So where there's a lot of support and resistance, and then we can see right in front of us in this zone straight across here, there is a lot of resistance. Support, yes, in this shelf towards towards the end of London session, but a lot of resistance here. So I'm interested in the resistance side of this one. So if the trade plays up to this, I'd like to see what it does, especially if it lines up with one of my key levels. So again, I'll get a line, I'll slap it across that. I'll change this one to white, just because it's only a reference point for me. I don't tend to trade support and resistance. I only trade it if it's as a confluence towards my volume profile trading. Again, if that doesn't make sense, let me know and I'll try to clear it up for you. Make it array. And then you can see how it goes from there. Now, it's very important that you understand the three levels of value area high, value area low, and point of control if you're going to trade volume. I have made a video on it. It's the previous video to this one, and it goes into it and shows you three key little level playouts if you want to try it out. Other than that, that is my session done. I'm ready to go for a trade. So I wait till the market opens, wait 15 minutes, and then I'll start looking for a trade. I don't trade before the 15 minutes. I like that little bit of volatility to go away. It's just how I trade. It's my rules. If you do if this did help you today, please do like and subscribe and pop a comment down below and let me know how this helped you. See you guys.